Good morning everyone, welcome to Offices Adda 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar and I am with you with the area of ABFM. So today we'll be talking about advanced business and financial management further. Today is going to be a blend of questions from planning and a few questions from staffing. More of planning would be there. So let's take up the questions and quickly move on. Okay. So here comes the first question. It says that which of these is the purpose of recruitment? Make sure that there is a match between the cost and benefits, to attract potential employees with the necessary qualification, help the firm to create the more culturally diverse workforce, and the last one is to help the firm to recognize the caliber of every employee. What's the purpose of doing this, everyone? Recruitment is a positive process. This is a process where you're going to tell a number of people that we have vacancy, you should apply, we have vacancy, you should apply. So when we have this kind of thing, then what we exactly do is we attract employees to with the necessary qualification. So these people should have the necessary qualification at least. That is why in the recruitment process we specify job, we give the job specification and roles and responsibilities along with it, so that the person would know what exactly the job is and how they are supposed to do it, right? So that's it. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says that dash is the process of choosing the proper course of action from among alternatives and calls for a decision making. Whenever we are making a decisions, planning, managing, forecasting, or brainstorming. What is it? Dash is the process of choosing the proper course of action. Course of action means what should we do? Shall we take up shall we take up the process A, or we should start with process B? Is the process C more reliable? We have to choose now. That is what we are going to cover here, or what would be the answer? In this case, the correct answer is A. Whenever we talk about planning starts from setting up objectives, because first of all we have to set up the objectives. Once we have set up the objectives, then we look at various courses of action. So we look at the various courses of action. Now once we have seen all the different courses of action, the next point that would come here is we will have to choose one, right? After evaluating, we will choose one, and then after choosing one we will work towards its accomplishment, right? That is, we will start with the implementation and last is follow up. So go ahead, let's look at the next question. The next question says that what do you mean by the Porter 5 competing forces is a tool used by organizations for? Why is it used for? For environmental assessment, for business development, for environmental management, or environmental assessment, or none of the above? See, under 5 forces model we are looking at the various things that really affect a business, right? We're looking at what exactly affects a business, then such a particular thing would be called as environmental scanning overall, but here we'll be using the term environmental assessment. In some areas we relate it with the area of environmental scanning. because we will have to review the environment in order to find out whether the things are turning out to be helpful for us or not. Here comes the next question. The specific and concrete plans which focus on intermediate time frames, usually 1 to 5 years, are called. These are concrete plans. These are strong plans which have been made and they have a specific reason. Right? So what would be the answer there? Tactical plan, operational plan, short-term plan, concrete focused plans that this is what I want to do and this is what I don't want to do. Now it can be from 1 year to a period of 5 years. So I think I can remove the portion of short-term there. The correct answer is tactical. Tactical plans are the plans which are made to achieve the goals of the organization which are connected at one point of time. So we call them tactical. It is a broad statement distinguishing the organization from others of its types. So we are basically what we are doing is we are keeping our organization different from others, and these can be written document or it may be implicit. Basically it is something which is internally known or something which is an internal document. What would be the answer? Is it organizational goals, organizational policy, organizational objective, or it would be the last one, that is organizational mission? In this case, the correct answer would be organizational goals. The goals are basically set, and many organizations set up them as vision and mission. So it is based upon vision and mission of the organization. Dash is a single use plan containing expected results in numerical terms. We are giving the particular single use plan that what are we going to do, what are the things that we are going to do in terms of a single use plan. Policies, short term goals, budget, or none of the above. They have given it in the hints itself. We are looking forward towards numerical terms, so the numerical term is budget. So that's the answer. Dash may be defined as analysis and interpretation of future conditions in relation to operations of the enterprise. It involves looking ahead and projecting the future course of action. This is a particular method where we are analyzing and interpreting of future conditions. Something that's gonna happen in future. We are kind of anticipating it right now. We are looking ahead and seeing that this can happen in the upcoming future, that can happen in the upcoming future. So is it forecasting, long-term goals, operational plans, or tactical plans? Since we are looking ahead only, it is only forecasting. This is just looking into the future, what is going to happen. Based upon forecasting, the organization looks forward towards achieving the goals. Now that's a totally different scenario, because forecasting and this particular portion of working there where they define the planning, they are two different scenarios altogether, right? So let's talk about the next question now. Acha, before I move forward, forecasting is different from planning. Under forecasting, we anticipate the future. Under planning, we plan the future. Here, we are putting things more under our own control because we saw the variables, we saw the changes that are happening in the world, so we try to modify ourselves according to this situation. Okay? While forecasting is just looking ahead and anticipating the future, doing nothing else. If I do the weather forecast every day, and if I just give you an anticipation that yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow, then what? This year the rain is gonna be very much. So then what? You start with a particular business where you would be looking forward towards rainwater harvesting, storage areas cleaning. So that's an exclusive work. People, the moment the particular heavy rain starts, they would be having problems, so they'll need this in any case, right? Done. So in this case, that's the correct answer. That when we look forward to it, forecasting is just looking ahead in future and doing nothing about it. On the basis of forecasting, planning enters and says that now that I've seen what's gonna happen tomorrow, why don't I change the particular scenario towards my benefit? That is where planning starts turning the entire scenario towards the business. That is why they say if things are under control, then it turns out to be more beneficial for the organization. Otherwise, it turns out to be more troublesome for them. Right? Now, it is a decision making situation in which a manager knows exactly what the outcome will be because he knows his resources, time available, and other associated things: uncertainty, certainty, risk, or none. What would be the answer there? In this case, where the manager is trying his level best, there he has certainty. Overall, the future is uncertain. But the businessmen literally look into the particular matter and then they try to mold the situation in such a way that it can turn out to be beneficial for the business. For example, during COVID, when everything was shut down, there were organizations which started making a good amount of money. How? While they were working only. So this is not something we can say that these things will not be helpful for a business to grow further. Right? Okay, so let's move on and look at the next question. The next question says, an individual's attachment to or determination to reach a goal is referred to as goal attainment, goal attachment, goal commitment, or goal setting. The particular person is having an attachment, he is getting attached to it, or determination to reach the goal, he's trying to achieve that goal now. So what is it about? If you achieve the goal, that is called goal attainment, right? When you are looking forward towards attaching yourself towards achieving it, that is called goal attachment. Then we have the goal commitment. Goal commitment can be set as something where we are being focused towards our goal, that is goal commitment. And last is goal setting. Goal setting can be defined as something where you are setting up that this is what I want to achieve in the upcoming future. In this case, he has a determination that yes, I would like to achieve the goal. So this is goal commitment. The answer is The answer is goal commitment. Right? Now comes the next question. It says dash is a single use plan containing expected results in the numerical form or numerical terms: budget, short term plan, or none of the above. Okay. Let's talk about this particular topic there. Do you know, in terms of plans, they can be classified among various forms, but there are certain plans which are called standard plans, and certain plans are called single use. Done? When we talk about standard plans, these are those plans which can be stated as something which remains the same. For example, policies of the company, the objective of the company, these particular things are stated now. They remain in the organization in the same manner, right? Then we have objective. These are all standard plans. Once these plans are made, they are stabilized and they are to be followed for a longer period. While single use plans are those plans which are going to be used only in one particular incident, nowhere else. So budget is something, it can be used for one particular year only, or maybe 3 months, or maybe 5 months, or 8 months, whatever the time would be. Program is also one of them. For example, I decide to launch a particular product. The planning that I'll be doing for the particular product is limited to that product itself. It won't be used anywhere else. So in this case, the correct answer would be budget. Right? Now let's move on to the next question. It says that dash lays down the course of action selected to guide and determine present and future decisions. First is procedures, policy, plans, and methods. Acha, we have talked about the answer of the previous question as well now. The correct answer was budget, because again numerical point was there. Otherwise, I hope you have learnt all these particular plans as well. Now look at this. Dash lays down the course of action. Course of action means what should we do, this or that, to guide and to determine present and future decisions. But this particular thing is actually, it can be defined in such a way that we have a past, we are in present, and we want to reach in future. The plans that we make helps us to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to be. This is where we are, and this is where we want to be. So this is the entire course of action: procedures, policy, plans, and methods. In this case, it would be policy. Okay, this would be, and this is a guide now. This is a guide and determine the present and future decisions. Under policies now, policies is actually the framework. It is actually the framework. For example, retirement policies, credit policies, in how much period the particular person is supposed to pay. All those things are covered in this area. So in this case, the correct answer is policy. Okay, if you're looking forward to our courses, then what you can do is you can go on to the area of www.adda247.com. You can go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Once you go on to the area of CIB, you have to go to CIB November 2023. As you know, the CIB registration has already started. Then it's way better that you buy the particular courses, and as at the same time you look forward towards registration before time. If you don't register yourself before time, then you may face a lot of problems, because you won't get your particular examination center of your choice. So you can take up the course of the CIB mahapak, which includes the double validity, all the classes there, even the optional subjects, all 5 subjects are covered in it. We are providing you this particular mahapak for barely 7367.4, and at this point of time double validity is going on. What you need to do is you need to use the particular code, that is SEP80. You have got 161 mock test, 970 video lectures, 216 ebooks, as well as 500 live classes, which includes both bilingual as well as English medium, the revision batches or the past batches which have already been completed, marathon, mega marathon, and even the doubt sessions. So it is included if you are preparing for CIB. So you can take up the CIB mahapak and hurry up now, and don't forget to register yourself in time, everyone.